The prisoner took out a mirror and looked at his arm. A series of mysterious letters and numbers were tattooed on it. He quickly took out a pen and paper and wrote down the letters and numbers. The next day, while walking outside the prison, he surreptitiously ran his fingers over the screws underneath the benches. He could feel the contours of the screws by touch. He finally found his target. It was the screw he wanted. Then he pretended to sit on the bench as if nothing had happened. Then he turned the screw with a coin and extracted it. Back in his cell, Mike rubbed the screw on the floor. Soon the screw was polished into a hexagonal shape. Then he pulled back his sleeve and placed the screw against a tattoo on his arm. The shape was a perfect match. Then he slid the polished screw into the hole in the sink's bolt. As he turns it, he has to watch what's going on outside the cell. Soon, he's managed to unscrew the bolt. All he had to do was to use the sink as a cover and continue to use the screw to make a hole in the wall, but it's a big job, so he had to ask his roommate David to do it with him. To test David's trustworthiness, Mike let David see him hiding a cell phone. Knowing that hiding a cell phone is a felony in prison, and not knowing about it is a crime, David warned Mike not to do that, but Mike says something mean to provoke him.
I don't like the look in your eye. What's in there? You never saw it. Got it?
Then Mike sent his brother Lincoln to tell the guards that David was hiding a cell phone. The guards immediately summoned David to tell them about the cell phone. David was stunned. He didn't understand why Mike was trying to set him up. Now he can clear his name and get credit for turning Mike in, but he didn't do it. Instead, he denied that he had hidden the cell phone. David was furious afterward. He helped hide the cell phone, and in return he asked Mike to lend it to him to call his girlfriend. But what he didn't know was that the phone was a model Mike had made to test him out.
So?
David successfully passed the test. Mike then spilled the beans on the jailbreak plan, but David got even angrier, because he only had 16 months to go before he could get out of jail. To avoid being implicated again, David applied for a change of cell. The guards, who have never liked Mike, sent him a new cellmate from the psychiatric ward. Now Mike had two choices. The first choice was to bring in his mentally ill cellmate. The second choice was to escape while he slept. Seeing the intelligent look in his eyes, Mike decides to break out on his own. Late at night, after everyone was asleep, Mike took out his screws again and sneaked to the sink. As he was about to start digging, he suddenly felt something strange behind him. He turned around and saw his new roommate staring at him with his big, intelligent